Hi everyone, welcome to my studio, Diane here. Today's video is going to be entitled COVID Blues because I've just tested positive for the lurgy and I don't feel ill at the moment, so fingers crossed, and I'm going to try and do a painting today. In my hand here I've got a set of my brushes. These are not yet available from Craftmo, but if you go over to craftmo.com, you can put your name down there to be notified the minute they do come up for sale, which will be in the middle of November. And I'm going to try and demonstrate as many of these as I can today. We've got some lovely brushes here. There's a large flat, a cat's tongue. You'll have to forgive me if I talk rubbish. A mop, a rigger, and 2 rounds. And those brushes will paint anything, including quite big paintings actually, if you want to do something on the large side. So what I'm going to do today though, I'm going to use my Canson XL sketchbook mixed media, and I shall just turn that round that way, I think. And I'm going to begin with I think probably I could probably use this one, this mop brush, and make it nice and wet. And then I'm just going to go into my Kuretake colours. These are all blues here, and I thought I would paint something in blue and gold today, you know, COVID blues. So let's do that. And for the gold, I've got my set of Finetech Coliro gold paints, which are quite good. I've wet them so they'll start to soften up a bit. And so let's just start, shall we? This is, I think, ultramarine light. And I think I'll paint right up to the edge. So I'm just going to put different colours side by side and see what happens. Blobs of colour. So here's some nice mauve. And this mixed media paper is quite nice to paint on. It does give you some interesting effects. That's quite a lot of purple. So we'll go down to here. Well, that looks like phthalo blue, doesn't it? And this one, what's this? I'm going to go back to the light blue. See what happens when they all blend. Yeah, so I haven't been feeling very, I haven't been feeling A1 for a week. And my husband tested positive a week ago, and I think I've probably had it the whole time, although I was testing negative. I'm just hoping that it's just a mild version. Okay. Quite like this pastel blue. But then we do want something, it looks like clouds, doesn't it? Sort of makes me think of, I look at clouds from both sides now. And all of that. I don't know what colour that is. And we'll put, when we've got this all in, we'll put some leaves on top. This is just really to make me feel slightly less than useless. And Tamsin has said, oh, you have to go and self-isolate. You need to be on your own in a room with the door shut. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if I can do that, but I suppose I have to. And I think I'll just pick up a little bit of blue and let that run. I'll probably put the, keep thinking tumble dryer. No, not tumble dryer. What do you call it? Hair dryer, that's it. I'll put the hair dryer on that. So having done that, I'm now thinking what I'll do is going to pick up other colours. So like, for example, this maroon reddish colour. And I'm just going to put patterns of circles or lines or things like that in places on here to give me a contrast. And find a mixing tray. This is a very strong purple, so we could put some nice parallel lines there perhaps. And we could go even darker, I suppose. This is all very, what's the word? Experimental. Something like that, perhaps. Maybe let's go back to the red a little bit. We could have here some small dots. Maybe some up here. Doesn't look like anything at this point. So I think I'm going to be sort of a bit cheaty, and I'm just going to pick up some gold. This won't be a long video, trust me, because, you know, I don't want to overdo it. With the COVID, I mean. So I'm just going to put some nice traditional leafy branches in on here. And let's have another one coming down here. So when you want something really simple and undemanding to do, something like this is the way to go, I think. You have to excuse me if I don't talk too much. The one thing I have got is a sore throat. So I'm just really putting these in very roughly, these leaves. Doesn't matter what they look like, really. I'm going to do some spatter in gold. with a bit more water. I'm getting it on my face more than anywhere else, I think. Okay. And so now I'm going to probably have to dry that again. So I'm going to put some spirals or something like a spiral in some of these spaces. I think. And then I shall look for my squishy pen. That one will probably do. And I'm going to go over the leaves. And this is my favourite thing. And if you're feeling you need to calm yourself down a bit, this is very undemanding and remarkably effective. You can use the fine part of the pen to give you thin lines, and you press harder and you're going to get a much thicker line, and you can get some quite interesting effects where it touches into the paint. And just vary your thickness of your line by changing the pressure that you're putting on. So I'll come down from here. You don't want to keep too close to the line of the paint, so you can go off to the side a little bit if you want. I think that looks better actually, personally. So you kind of just use the gold as almost like a gold shadow. You can make them different sizes as well. And you can put some others in as well to fill in some of the spaces, which don't necessarily have to have gold in them. Like all these empty leaves. It looks quite... and then we can do the spiral. Go around the spiral a little bit too. It started to rain. Allow your pen to kind of wobble a bit if you like. You don't need to, it doesn't need to be a really straight line. They're more interesting if the lines are wiggly. This paper is quite good for this because although it has a texture, quite a considerable texture actually, it's got quite a lot of kind of parallel lines going, still it doesn't object being drawn on with the pen. So that's quite good. Because some textured paper is actually quite tricky. Okay, so the last one. And once we've done this, we will look at the whole thing and evaluate. Spiral here. And And then the pen, the gold pen. Let's see if this one works. Yep. So with the gold pen, we can come into these circles and we can go round the outside of these blobs, or we can go into the center of them, depending on how big they are, and just give them more character. You see? And this one here, these can be go on the outside of those. Do whatever you fancy. These ones up here. Got a lovely line down here. Doesn't matter. Alright, and what else can we do? We could put in some horizontal lines like that on the blank ones if you wanted to. Yeah, that's quite good. And what else could we do? I'm sure you could think of hundreds of things to do at this point. I think I might just put in a few empty leaves in the background. To make it a little bit more complex. Not sure about that colour. Something that's just struck me when you're doing this kind of thing, you might do something and you might think, oh, I don't really like that. So you might think, oh, I'll change it. But then why would you do that? Because somebody will probably like it. So why don't you just sort of say, oh, I don't know if I really like that, but somebody will like it. Because I think that's true. You'd be surprised what other people think about your work. So, I'll put some more gold in these ones and let that all run. And then when this is dry, you'll see what I've done. And it doesn't matter, I don't care. I don't care what it looks like because it's my COVID blues. I might pick up a bit more black. It's possible. And maybe just emphasize some of these lines a little bit, perhaps. I think the thing is, when you make a commitment for something like YouTube, you know, I'm going to do a video every couple of days. I think we should stick with it. It's not, you know, apart from force majeure, you know, like if I broke my wrist or something, heaven forbid, in that case you would obviously be stuck. But yeah, you know what I mean. Commitment. It's pouring with rain again. Well, I can feel a little bit of a temperature coming on, so I'm going to stop now. I'm going to take some ibuprofen. And so here's my painting for today, 19th of October. COVID Blues. Have fun. If you're feeling under the weather, you can paint. And I will see you again soon, hopefully when I'm feeling back on top form. So I'll say bye-bye for now, everybody. Bye-bye.
Lottie, come on. Good girl.